Welcome to the Axiom. New file detected. Launching file.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Leo, and today we are continuing the Disco Elysium file. Where we last left off, we had tried to call in the make and model of the armor for the police. They said to check back in within a day, so we went and talked to a couple of the locals before going to get our jacket, which we succeeded at, but now we can't get back, so now we're stuck exploring the docks. We also searched an office that had some interesting things in there. But for now, I guess we're going to press this button.
A rusting control panel with several knobs. Allumé.
Yeah.
On. Éteindre. Off.
That, what? I don't think that was what it said. Press marche?
With a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air.
Oh. Can I... What is happening? This doesn't seem good. And the fact the animation's not done yet is making me nervous. Oh, okay.
And with a surprisingly quiet thunk, the crane places the container down.
Motorix?
The harbour sleeps as the strike rages in the distance. The crane can rest again, now that its purpose has been fulfilled.
Its purpose? What do you mean?
Moving this container, of course. For this purpose it was built. For this purpose it has acted. And now it will rest.
Alright.
I can't see how that was worth the wreckers, except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit was satisfying.
Press arrête.
The crane does not return to its original position. It does not move at all.
Alright, leave. Well, now I have a container I can search, which is cool. I can also go over this way, but we're going to save that for... Oh, I can just go into the container?
Before you stands a cargo container, just one of many in the yard.
Lieutenant, I think there's something special about this container.
You do? Because I don't.
What? Why not?
There are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one?
I don't know. Maybe there's contraband in there?
There may very well be, but we are not here to look for that.
I guess.
We are not here to interact with containers. We are here to interview the union boss.
Knock on the door.
No reply. The knock produces a hollow ring of metal. Doesn't sound like there's anything inside the container.
Huh. Open the door?
You attempt to turn the handle, to no avail. The doors seem to be mechanically locked.
Psyche
To
check?
your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement.
Okay. Nothing more to do here for now. Huh. Alright, let's go ahead and... I'd much rather interact with the Wild Pines person than with the Union boss person. The shipyard ahead is oddly quiet. The great machines are sleeping. Was that a shivers check? Can I interact with this at all? It does not look like I can. Where the heck am I going? Money. Heck yeah. Every little bit helps my plight. The speaker tower is silent. There's no work to organize in the yard below. Alright, I guess let's get going through here. It's getting very late. Even more money. What is over here? The musk and oil of the musk of oil and rust comes from the chasm in front of you. Smells like blood. It is apparently locked. Oh, can I actually... Can I do this? Fallon Ultra Series gloves. Oh, I can. Holy crap. Let me go ahead and take that out then. Locks containers and locked containers. Okay. So it wouldn't be used to open doors, maybe. But anyway, actually, so the gloves. Unfiltered contact. For ultimate performance efficiency, these Fallon Ultra Series gloves come fingerless and with a grippy padding covering the palms, making these ideal for quadrupedal movement or for lifting cargo. What is I'd rather have interfacing than half-light, but what does half-light do? Lets the body take control, threaten people. Interesting. I think I'd rather have interfacing. But let me get out. I know it's ironic that I've put most of my points into motorics, considering I made my character based around intellect and psyche, but I don't know, motorics is definitely useful, and almost every check up here I've been succeeding at, so I mean, I'll definitely be putting points up here, but like motorics also intrigues me. Anyway, but let's get out of that. Okay, we have more money. Every little bit helps. Industrial-sized thermos. Smells like burnt coffee. Even more money? Huh. Okay. Oh, hi. The banner sags under the weight of rain and snow, white waves on red.
Container, container, I'll turn you nice and red. Container, container, put the logos on.
Easy Leo. So that's my name, but it's also the name of the guy who was being addressed in the note from Evrart.
The lyrics to this container song are being made up as he goes along.
It sounds like it.
The accent is so thick, it's impossible not to notice he's Ubi, from the vanishing peninsula of Ubisunt on Muindi.
Okay.
Container, container, used to be Wild Pines. Container, container, now belongs to Evrart.
The tiny man is so engaged in his work he doesn't notice you. Hi.
Evrart, 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 he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister?
Psyche check.
The look in his deep blue eyes is as sincere as you've ever seen. Kind of makes you feel like an arsehole for no apparent reason.
I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you?
Oh, a shadow passes over his kind face. No, of course not.
I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat.
He doesn't seem to be waiting for you to answer.
Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister.
Yeah, You're Ubi, right?
Oh, yes. Born and raised in Irish, mister. Mum had to leave my dad after he got a bit violent. Took us here to the new world. I was about 10 then. Too old to lose my accent then. People say us Ubis are up to all sorts of trouble with sheep and other animals and whatnot. I just want you to know there was never any of that where I come from. No, sir. Those are just nasty rumors.
Good to know.
Thank you for clarifying that, sir.
What are you doing with the containers?
Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So it's easier for the crane operators to spot them.
This is a red check? What's going on here? Look at the mountains of containers rising behind him. Why would this be a red check? Sure.
Everything is so pretty and red. You and Leo look like brothers as you glance around with similar childlike wonder.
Oh. But I healed +1 morale, I guess. Keep the amazement to yourself.
The old man whistles and hums a jaunty tune to himself.
So I know what's going on. He is... Wild Pines are the people who own the containers, but Evrart is making them all his property. He's basically staging, if this was royalty or like an actual war, Evrart is kind of like staging a coup, and he's taking over the harbor and making all of the spoils his by like painting over the wild pines and making them into his own. Do you work here?
Yes, yes. Everybody needs a job, and this is mine. I'm Leonard, by the way. Leonard Bellick. But everyone calls me Leo.
The little man raises his hand in a welcoming gesture.
I'm like Mr. Everett's right-hand man when Mr. Edgar is out of town, and Mr. Edgar's right-hand man when Mr. Evrart is away.
Okay.
Actually, Miss Beaufort is the right-hand man, but she's a lady.
Who is this, Miss Beaufort?
The lieutenant looks up at Leo.
A real pretty lady with a skin like those douce sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. Them are real nice to suckle on once the dinner is done and me and the missus sit down beside the radio. But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here and I'm always busy keeping things running here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Psyche check.
Stay on this Miss Beaufort topic.
Okay. Hold on. Who's this Miss Beaufort you mentioned?
Oh, Lizzie. She is a real sharp tool. Mr. Evrart put her through some fancy school and everything, east of the river. 4 years she was gone, and when she came back, she was all fancy and lawyerly.
Okay.
He respects that word. That's obvious.
So she's she's his lawyer?
But she's a real nice girl. Grew up in this here neighborhood. Knows everybody and gets along with everyone. Real pillar of the community one day, I'm sure.
Psyche check.
For a fraction of a second, there's sadness in his eyes.
If me missus and me was to have a child, I'd be real happy if she turned out like her. But she can't have kids. Dr. Lemaitre said so, and she knows about such things. Been a doctor for almost 50 years she has.
He sighs and falls silent, watching you meekly with his blue eyes.
So Evrart trained a lawyer named Miss Beaufort. Interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. I think you're doing a great job around here, Leo.
Yes, this place really seems to run like clockwork. Keep it up, Leo.
The lieutenant smiles at the little man.
Well, thanks a lot. Coming from you, it means a lot, really.
You didn't think it was possible, but the smile becomes even wider.
Sometimes I feel some of the guys don't really get how much I bust my ass for them here. But you guys are alright.
The white rectangle on your clothes might not mean an awful lot in Martinez, but the recognition from an authority figure made Leo's day.
Oh. What's in that container over there?
Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up.
Huh.
Told you.
Where is everyone? The harbor is empty.
Oh, most of the guys are down at the gates, keeping the scabs from coming in.
He leans in with a confidential look.
We're on a strike. The whole union is. You don't have to work when you're on strike. Ha! We haven't worked for 2 months now.
So no one is working?
Not everyone is down there, of course. Mr. Evrart is in his office, where he always is. And Jean-Luc is guarding the gate.
Okay.
But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble and Evrart sent them on a nice vacation. For a week or so.
He stops, but seems eager to tell you more. What kind of trouble did this Titus and his friends get into?
Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk about that. That's union business.
He smiles and leans closer.
Him and his boys stirred up something in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard Mr. Evrart telling them to take some time off.
Don't go all bad cop on this simple, friendly fellow.
Okay. But what did they actually do?
I guess the boys got a bit too rowdy and had to let out some steam. I don't really know the details. That's just how boys are, you know. I haven't been in a fight since I was in middle school.
Huh.
Easy, Leo. Let's keep this on the hearties.
He looks to you for assistance.
Look at him. It's not going to be anything useful anyway. Don't fight it. Better to go with the flow.
Mm-hmm. I guess. Don't fight it, better go with the flow. Okay. Okay, Leo, let's hear about this fight you got
I
into.
remember I was the runt of the class. The bigger boys always used to pick on me. You see, I had a bit of a temper back in the day. Flew off the handle like nobody's business. But Mr. Evrart and his brother always came to help. Once they beat old Noel Becker so bad he needed stitches on his head. Noel never started another fight with anyone after this. Mr. Evrart and Mr. Edgar are real nice guys, mister. You should go talk to Mr. Evrart. I'm sure you'll be good friends. He's friends with everyone around here.
Probably wouldn't be friends with me.
You're never getting anything useful out of him. It's good enough you found out Evrart has a brother called Edgar, and he helped Leo.
Are you the Leo who wrote the note to make more banners?
Oh, yes, yes. I leave all kinds of notes for myself. That old head of mine ain't so good at keeping things in no more. I almost forgot about the borscht.
What was that about the borscht?
Oh, yes. I've been taking special whirling borscht to the men every day since the strike started.
Okay.
It's very, very good. Makes a man feel so warm and happy. I feel like I could take on Mr. Renadan's boar dogs every time the lunch is done.
Does it have some kind of drugs in it? What do you mean by taking the soup to the men? Is it for striking?
Yes, yes. I'm taking it to them. The borscht keeps them happy and in fighting spirits. Makes you all warm inside. They brew it in the Whirling in rags.
Hold up. Who makes it at the Whirling in Rags?
Oh, the Whirling's cook. He makes it. Them is always talking with Mr. Manana in that weird language and laughing together. He doesn't speak what we speak. He's from Grad.
Something is off about this borscht. I'm going to look into it. Accept task.
Oh, sure, mister. Sure. You do that. Yes, sir.
He didn't
Motorics.
actually understand what you meant, and now he's just nodding along.
I'm looking for the leader of the Dockworkers
Oh,
Union.
you want Mr. Evrart then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and his brother are both nice fellows. They've lived their entire lives in this here neighborhood.
He coughs, then continues immediately.
Guys like Mr. Evrart and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys. Made merchandise what it is today. Mr. Evrart and Mr. Edgar and I went to the same school we did when we were boys.
Psyche check.
Patience. Deep down you have the mental power to keep listening. Not many would, but you do.
Do not interrupt Leonard.
Had an arithmetics teacher, Miss Bellows. Her real name was Miss Bellams. She was a real pretty lady, but when she got mad, all the boys liked her, if you know what I mean, mister. We used to sneak in her yard in the dark and peek through the window. One time we saw Miss Bellows with a fellow. Yes, we did, mister.
He looks for signs of disbelief in your eyes. No, you fucking didn't.
Yes, we did, mister. Indeed we did. Him was a big, big fellow. Used to drive the Troika near ours' school and everything. Them was all naked too. That's all I got to say about that.
Very interesting, very interesting. Thank you for telling me the whole thing.
Thank you. Almost forgot. Mr. Evrart is usually in that container over there, but he usually leaves around 10 p.m., so you gotta be quick if you want to catch him.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm
Bye-bye
off.
now.
Return to his work. The special borscht. What's so special about the borscht the strikers are eating? The cook in the Whirling in Rags is making it. You can find him in the kitchen. Look into it. Okay, so right away, so that is where Evrart is. And I was gonna try to talk to the Pines representative. Oh, but I guess I have to interview both of them. But that still doesn't get me out of this. How do I leave this area? Maybe I can get a pass from Evrart. Let's go ahead and go in, I guess. The coffee in the giant thermoses is still lukewarm. I'm very nervous. A stair made of pallets leading up. Hi. A taxidermy fish that tells time. Oh, I guess we're talking to this guy now.
Before you is
Oh,
a
God.
walrus of a man seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you. With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you.
I don't know if I like this man. He seems like the type who is not going to take me seriously and is just going to try to extort me for something.
A typical power play. Wait for him to speak first. Show him you've got a backbone.
Okay. Say nothing. Look him dead in the eye.
The one good eye of this man fills you up without even flickering. The other, his lazy eye, is constantly moving like a goldfish in a tank.
Motorics?
Grotesquely magnified by his +6 glasses.
Intellect.
Amblyopia, a childhood condition.
Okay.
For a moment, you don't know where to look. It is unbearably humid in the trailer. Beads of sweat slide down the man's forehead.
Keep staring. I'm gonna hold this.
At first, nothing happens. His face wears a wide and self-satisfied smile. Every now and then, he smacks his big lips.
Psyche check.
Like a general over his maps, he plots his moves. Judging by the way he's licking his chops, it's going to be a good one.
So,
He begins to speak, albeit very slowly, purposefully leaving a pause after his opener.
Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi, how nice that you found a moment to pay a visit to the Dockworkers Union. I'm Evrart Clare, head of this little operation here.
Is that me, Mr. Dubois?
Please, have a seat.
He gestures to a tiny folding chair opposite to his giant desk.
The folding chair looks like a torture device. Extremely uncomfortable.
You go ahead, detective.
Lieutenant nods at you, then the chair.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best.
Alright, psyche
Forget
check.
about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
Let's go ahead and take a seat.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another.
Remain serious.
So tell me, how can the head of the Dockworkers Union help a representative of the Revachel Citizens Militia today?
Physique check? Damaged health.
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It's violating your backside.
By the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say.
Continue.
This should take care of that nonsense.
He points to a giant novelty check on his desk. It's absolutely comically huge.
It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
Motorics.
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
Wait, you know Gart?
Yes, I know Lawrence. He's a real character. No union man in him. A real piece of work, that boy is.
Intellect?
With a grin, he points to the checker game. It's like you're on a game show. At least don't thank him for it.
I'm going to owe him something now, aren't I? If I take it? I'll go ahead and take it. Take the comically large check, but don't say anything.
Is there anything you'd like to say to me? Or...
Psyche?
No.
You've got integrity. No, that's cool.
Cool? I wouldn't go that far. I'm sure there are cooler things than delivering a comically oversized novelty check to a cafeteria manager. But, sure, if that's what's cool nowadays. Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
That's not good.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun, lost gun.
Physique check?
The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only 2 words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun. When
Intellect?
he said, don't worry, he actually meant, be very worried.
How do you know about my lost gun?
I know everything, Harry. Right now, I know that you're worried. Don't be worried. Everything's going to be all right.
Okay.
It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
Why is he doing all this stuff for me,
It
Motorix?
was loaded. There were 2 bullets in it. You always keep at least 2 barrels loaded.
Composure? I took the novelty check. The chair is killing you. Didn't say thanks for it. Oh, man. I have a feeling I'm going to fail this check. I'm going to talk to Kip.
Officer, we will deal with this later. We don't need Mr. Clare's help with this.
I
Continue.
wouldn't be so sure about that.
He says as though to himself. So, I guess I didn't have to take the check. I really shouldn't have sat in the chair.
Who does this
Oh.
guy think you are? Ronnie the rookie? You ain't worried about no lost gun, or unpaid bill, or forgotten name. You're the bad cop. You're probably more corrupt than him.
Critical success. Okay. Wait, that's it? That's my point of pride here?
Fuck yes. You're part of the old guard, the ancient guard, the most corrupt, unholy cops in the land. Chill out like the black dragon you are.
Psyche check.
Summon a smile on your face. A big shit-eating grin like his.
Sink deep into the folding chair. Smile and cross your hands behind your back.
The fat man does the same, sinking deeper into his chair than one would think is physically possible. He seems to be enjoying your little display. Good. Now lean in with some corruption.
Listen, Evrart, pal. We both know what makes the wheels of the world turn. I don't understand where this is going.
That we do, Harry. Let them say what they will about you and me. We're both born fighters.
Nice bit with the chair, by the way. A good way to keep your guests on edge.
Why, thank you. It's always nice when a fellow professional appreciates your work.
That's it. Now kick back and add a final flourish for dignity.
Does this matter? Let's see. I'm not saying I'm corrupt. I'm rational.
You strike me as a reasonable man, Harry. I like that in a law man. Let's cut to the chase, shall we? What can Evrart Clare do for you?
I think we'd like to ask you a few questions. Don't you think so, Detective?
The lieutenant looks quite fed up with the situation.
Questions will show him who's boss.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, don't ask him about the gun first. You don't want him thinking you're scared.
Okay. I want to talk about the hanging.
Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to discuss it with you.
Okay.
I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me.
Say nothing.
But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
Okay.
Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines, incredibly talented at opening doors.
Okay. I've opened a few doors in my life, or... Kim, is that true? Are we door-opening machines?
I'm not sure I understand. If you're asking us to break down someone's door, it's not going to happen.
Come now. I just need you to go open a little door for me and leave it unlocked.
So
a simple thing.
he does want something.
Absolutely nothing shady about it.
Intellect?
An excellent opportunity presents itself, sire. You could win the trust of the arch-liar, pretend to play into his hand. Then, should you wish, bend his efforts towards your own.
Whose door is it?
Oh, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about.
Yeah, you could win the trust of the arch-liar, pretend to play into his hands, then, should you wish, bend his efforts towards your own. Why don't you just open it yourself?
Harry, I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique you do. You look like you could run around all day.
I do.
You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you.
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi, and therefore I must occasionally enlist outside help. So what will it be, Harry?
Refuse the task for now. What do you mean by a weasel?
A loud blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly.
He removes his glasses and rubs his nose.
Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you.
I bet he does know something about the hanging. I don't think he knows nothing. It says refuse the task for now. I don't want to play the corrupt cop, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I can't accept this thing.
Of course, Harry, I understand. But if that's the case, I don't think we'll ever find your gun. Even worse, we won't be able to speak like equals about the murder.
So he definitely has my gun.
Perhaps this was just bad timing for you. Know that you can always come back to me. I really hope you do. For your sake, my sake, and for your gun's sake too.
Okay.
Yes, we both understand what you meant.
Psyche check.
This may be the only way, he thinks. I won't hold it against you. In fact, we probably should reconsider later.
You called me Mr. Dubois. Why?
Of course. Let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Evrart, I call you Harry.
That's what the hanged corpse called you. Harry.
So that's really my name?
My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? What are the odds of that?
So he knows that I drank and lost my memory too? Jeez.
I think the odds of that are very low.
It might be a good idea to hide your confusion. I mean, see what his game is first.
My memory is fine. I'm just testing you.
So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. However, if you did have a spot of memory trouble, I could help you out. With my big fat folder.
Okay. Intellect.
Words flow like a river of honey from his lips.
I don't like this guy.
I guess word has already reached him. No matter. No harm done.
Motorics.
It's just a brown folder. You can't make out what's written on it.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
The lieutenant inspects Evrart over his spectacles.
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now.
Oh boy. Psyche.
Asking too many questions will make you look weak. You should maybe focus on the folder.
Alright,
Don't
intellect.
just jump to the folder. That's not smart. Shows you're on the edge. Do some probing first.
Where did you get that folder?
Ah, this? My friends in your organization gave it to me, Harry.
Intellect.
This translates into, haha, you guys are so corrupt.
I find that very suspicious. May I have a look?
I'm afraid this is meant for Union eyes only, Mr. Kitsuragi. I'm sure you understand. Please continue, Harry.
Kim suspects something. Read read shipping folders before. Huh. Drama, have another look at the folder. Okay, so I think that was all I needed to ask. I think if I ask anything else, I'll actually minus the check. So let's go ahead and do it.
As you look at the
Heck
folder,
yeah.
Evrart covers it with his hand and pets it. He's hiding it from you because it's not a real RCM folder. It's just another one of those brown folders you saw in the file cabinet.
Okay. Nice. That's not an RCM folder.
Okay, Harry, you got me. This is from the Census Bureau, not the RCM. Those Census Bureau people are absolutely corrupt. You should do something about them.
He got the name from the Census Bureau, and everything else from your actions here in Martinez.
Yep.
Yes, Mr. Kitsuragi from the Census Bureau. Like I said, now I'm actually a very busy man. So is there anything else I can do for you, Harry?
Intellect?
That means he doesn't really know anything about you. A pity. The mystery of you will have to remain a mystery for the time being.
So the Census Bureau says my name is Harry Dubois.
Yes, that's what I said. Try to keep up, okay? Let's move on.
Aren't you going to ask me how I got in?
Harry, honestly, I'm just relieved you didn't get a hernia. A man your age.
Say nothing.
The big man peers at you over the rims of his glasses for a moment, then interlaces his fingers and rests his chin on his hands.
Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it.
Okay. He's not going to answer this. He's not going to be happy about that. He's not going to tell me anything about this. I don't want to do that. And he already said he's not going to talk about my gun until I do this. So, Evrart, I'm going to leave now, but we might talk again later.
You need this to get in and out through the gate.
Okay, so I did get this. Oh. Great, wouldn't want to get stuck in here.
Here, you're one of us now. A real red and white Union man. Take care, Harry.
End. Alright, items. Giant novelty check. So it handed over ceremoniously. This 20 by 50 check looks like it's meant to be handed over ceremoniously on a gala-like event. It supposedly exchanges for 25 real at your local Fritas store. Below the number, a careful hand has written the words, "Constable's rent, all of it. Note, worthless in a pawn shop." So I guess this is just an insult, and yeah, it's like demeaning. I don't know if I'll actually use that check, but it's a good thing I got it. There was nothing else I can interact with? No, I don't think so. So let's leave. That was not a pleasant conversation. But I got info. Okay, so let's go ahead. Actually, do you have anything new to say now that I've talked to Evrart?
Oh, hey, mister. I knew you'd be back to talk with old Leo here. Yes, I did. It's like Lady Larice said when she opened a bathhouse in the basement of my apartment building. They can only get so far before they're aching to get back. And lots of folk really did keep coming back.
I have some questions for you if it's
No
not too much
trouble
trouble.
at all, mister. No trouble at all. It's like that old saying goes, wisdom withers if not shared. And old Leo is always up for sharing.
Okay, I'm off. So there was nothing new. Interesting. Okay, so now we can get back to where we were. So very interesting. We have a task. Most likely, if I unlock that door, he's gonna start. It's gonna be like beating up dudes. Like I unlock the door, I leave, and the weasel's gonna get beaten up or killed or something. And I'm not sure if I want to be doing any work for a guy like that. So we're going to keep that we're gonna put that on the back burner. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and get this door open. All right. Let's go ahead and open this door. At night, the streets are emptier. By 2, everyone's asleep. Oh, 21:59. And notice, in case of a strike, press button behind guard. So am I up here now? Who is this? Nobody comes close to Measurehead. Oh, is that Measurehead? I think I'm gonna go ahead and leave that be as well. So let's go. Oh, this is up those stairs. So I wouldn't have been able to get in there anyway. Let's talk to this guy, I guess.
US cab now?
The man with jolly eyes winks at you. I'm not a scab, I'm a cop.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money. Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the wild north? Come to see the strife?
Oh. The boots at the gate? I'm sure I'm not getting any idea who killed the hanged man. Hey, you're the man in boots at the gates. Kuno said you know about the armor.
The little boy had the good on his promise.
His promise?
To get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me. Pardon the choice of words. Not mine.
What happened?
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official Union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it.
Did you?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere, the cops in his pocket, and he's the king of Jamrock.
That definitely sounds like Kuno.
Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes.
So Kuno used us to what, scare you?
It's a minor nuisance. It's all good.
He contemplates taking a swig from his flask. The probe into the armor, what did you learn?
I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk Union man about some armor.
What else?
Not much. Technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part.
What sort of technical stuff?
I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off.
Okay.
How does it come off?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. Too hard to remove. So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia.
Hold up. 4 pieces? Helmet, cuirass, gauntlets, boots. What about the leggings?
Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I did.
I'm ambitious. I'm going to find all of it. All the pieces.
All of it? There are junior officers out there, eager to prove themselves. I would leave some for them, and I would leave the boots to processing, but okay. Let's find all of it.
Intellect.
It's implied. He finds it unlikely that you will succeed in this.
I will, although he did kick the helmet into the sea, so...
And Mesqui's epic then, all across Martinez. I hope it will be a real bonanza for you.
Thank you for the cooperation, sir.
No problem. If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way.
Psyche check?
He is sincerely grateful. He is not tracking down pieces of armor right now.
Any idea who killed the hanged man?
The mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing?
The merc was hanged with a very specific type of cargo belt, one often used in heavy transport areas, for example, harbors.
What a thought. Why would noble workers resort to such a thing? Unless they were pushed, of course.
Pushed how?
Your dead guy was an enemy combatant.
Hold up, what does that mean?
He was an agent of the opposition, attempting to undermine our honorable efforts.
Did you kill him?
I ain't the murdering type, but that's just me. Large organizations like our union have all sorts of men, with all sorts of skills.
Continue.
He's not lying about not doing it himself.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
This has been of limited use. Still, thank you.
No problem. I wish the best to you in your search. Sure, I'm glad it's not my search.
Nice talk. Gotta get moving. Interesting. Whoa, wait.
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of year.
I haven't paid the cafeteria manager for damages yet.
You should take care of that, then.
But I don't have the money.
Let's talk to him anyway. An officer of the RCM shouldn't be sleeping in the streets. We'll figure something out.
Alright, psyche check.
Though he finds this situation frustrating, he is doing his best to not make you feel any worse than you already do.
Alright, and... I do have a little bit more time, so we could... try exchanging the check at Freet? Let's go ahead and go around. Is Freet closed? Hold on, okay. Pay for damages, try negotiating with the cafeteria manager. Where's the rest of his armor? Kuno lied to you, return and confront him. Get the hanged man's boots. Get boots off victim's feet. In order to succeed, 1, the body has to be down, 2, autopsy has to be finished, and 3, Kim has to be absent. He wouldn't approve. This will be devilishly tricky, so don't beat yourself up if you manage to send the body to the processing without getting hold of the boots. Find all armor pieces. You want all of the armor pieces. Deck yourself out in a full metal battle-hardened glory. Note, this might take a while, like a long while. Fair enough. Okay. Interesting. Can you cash my check?
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything.
Does Fritta have a warehouse in the back of the Whirling in Rags?
A warehouse? I don't know. Maybe. I don't really care what Frit does.
Come on, give me something to work with here.
She looks up from under her brow.
Fine. Frit doesn't have a warehouse. Just a little back room here. Okay?
She turns back to her magazine without waiting for you to respond. I need to exchange this novelty check for cash.
Wow. I didn't know you worked for the union, sir.
She rolls up the giant novelty check, looks like she's seen it before, and slips it under the counter.
Anything else I can do for you?
Intellect.
No, you don't work for the union. The union works for you by supplying you with cash.
Leave. Interesting. Maybe I shouldn't have cashed that check, but it's fine. I have more money now. Alright, let's end by trying to negotiate with Gart. Yeah, I don't know what to make of this. I still haven't done the tattoo thing yet. But let's go ahead and go inside. Oh, wow, there's a lot of people here. I can also try this check again.
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already?
Not now.
Oh, excuse me. Do you have something better to do than lust for sweet syrupy rum and lemonade? With a twist of lemon? Maybe lime. Maybe who cares? Just rum?
Maybe I should look it before I go. Definitely not. Finished thought. I'm not listening to those thoughts.
The worker is in a deep slumber.
Psyche check.
Perhaps he's on his way to where you just came from. Into the primordial darkness.
Motorics.
A colourful piece of plastic is dangling from his carabiner. Makes your fingers itch.
Inspect the piece of plastic on his carabiner.
It's a Dockworkers ID, doubling as a shift card and a job permit. A young, able-bodied man stares back at you from the photo. Santiago S. John.
Huh. Doubles as a shift card and job permit. I'll leave that for later. Let's just... Ruckus talking to Gart.
The worker continues to nap, undisturbed despite you shaking him. This guy's a real juggernaut of sleep.
I might try to steal the Dockworkers ID later, but not right now. Can I talk to all these people? No, just this guy. But let's really quick talk to Gart about the damages. Actually... Yeah, let's go ahead and talk to him.
Can I help you?
So, about that money I owe.
Yes. Have you got it?
I was wondering if we could come to some sort of arrangement for tonight.
Does that arrangement include you paying me what we already agreed you owe me?
Kim is about to say something. Let him. Sure.
I understand your predicament as the manager. However,
he adjusts his glasses.
I feel I must remind you that we are here to conduct an important investigation that also affects your business.
Forgive me for saying this, but your colleague seems more committed to drinking, and...
He stops mid-sentence.
He shrinks back a bit under the lieutenant's severe gaze.
I mean no offense. It's really nothing personal. I just have to protect the interests of this establishment.
This conversation isn't going anywhere, is it?
Not until you bring me the money.
Okay. I might have something in my motor carriage we can use when you're done here.
Okay.
I really didn't want to resort to this. The man is thinking.
Continue.
Oh, Lieutenant, we're done here.
Goodbye. Kim has offered to help. Go to his motor carriage in front of the Whirling. Interesting. Okay. Can I actually...
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue.
Could I, really quick, just out of curiosity, does it give me the option to pry this door open if I equip this?
You see a heavy steel...
Nah, okay. Let me go ahead and unequip that then. I mean, it's not my fault I couldn't find... I got stuck in the dockworker's place and couldn't find a bag to collect bottles to sell. I mean, I can always sleep in his motor carriage, maybe. If that's what he is going to offer me. Let's talk to this guy really quick, I guess. It's all about money, you know? You gotta spend money to make money. Oh, it's not even a... Fair enough. Alright, let's go ahead and keep exploring for a bit longer. I really want to find a bag so I can sell those bottles, and I need to find a pawn shop as well. Does it say on the map where the pawn shop is by chance? No, it does not. Interesting. Okay.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Never mind. I don't think there's any room to sleep in this.
I have something here we could sell. Look in the back, in the suspect transport enclosure.
Motorix?
Transport enclosure. Regular people just call it the cage.
Look in the suspect transport enclosure.
The cage at the back of the motor carriage looks rather uncomfortable. 4 shiny hubcaps are stacked against the seat. Their silver edges sparkle in the dark.
I confiscated these 4 a little while back. We can take them to the pawn shop down by the Martinez Canal.
What are those things?
They are spinner hubcaps, frivolous things you put on your wheels. When the wheels come to a stop, the caps keep on spinning. There's no real use for them, it's just for vanity.
Psyche?
A vanity he wouldn't mind.
What do you mean you confiscated them?
A couple of weeks ago, I stopped a young man for going slower than the speed of traffic. Turns out he was some coalition official's son and high.
Oh. So you took his spinners?
I took them and arrested him for driving under the influence.
Isn't that, Isn't that corruption?
I don't know. Is it? I was going to take them into evidence, but they weren't necessary for conviction. He never asked for them back.
Did you want to put these spinners on your machine?
No, that would be silly. I don't know why I kept them. It doesn't matter. I couldn't put them on this MC anyway. A cop with spinners. That would be outrageous.
Yes, outrageously cool.
He flashes a smile, barely visible in the dark.
Say nothing.
The spinners shine so bright they reflect on the lieutenant's glasses. He doesn't say anything either.
You said something about a pawn shop?
Yes, there's one 100 meters south of here. I think it's called Roy's Nest or something. If I'm not mistaken, it should be open late.
I'm gonna go ahead and not. Sorry, I can't take them. It wouldn't be right.
Alright, let's not take them now. Then, come back once we realize we have to. Have this conversation again, and then take them.
Intellect.
Sounds likely.
Close the door. I don't think I'll have to take them. Okay, so. What we're going to do is leave this episode for today after we look at this thing, because apparently it's a thing. An ancient fountain. It doesn't pump water anymore. There's a tree in it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to end the episode for today. When we come back, we are going to go to the pawn shop and try to sell our stuff. Yeah, I don't know exactly what is going to happen now that we've like cashed the check and now that it's getting late. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. Part of me just wants to keep exploring, but I know the in-game timer is not going to let me. So yeah, pawn shop and then probably bed and then the whatever happens next after that. But yeah, hopefully we can avoid doing any dirty work for Evrart. We still have to interview the White Pines boss or the representative. And we still have a lot of people to talk to and a lot of city to explore. So, and I'm really looking forward to it. This game is a blast. I'm having so much fun. So, yeah, thank you everybody so much for checking out the video. I really do appreciate it. If you want to be notified of when I upload the next part of the file to the archives, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and ring that bell, as well as leave a like or comment if you so desire. Thanks again, and I will see you next time.
Upload successful. Click here to view previous files. a pleasant day.